Good evening from Takayama. How's everybody doing today? Need a bit of a umbrella for this one because it's raining just a touch. It's actually not as bad as it was about 20 or 30 minutes ago when we were in an absolute downpour. I may not have just gotten stuck, but we'll just ignore that and keep going. How is everybody doing today? We are just kicking off now. As I look at my watch, it is 5:34 p.m. and my exercise bars show you just how much walking I have done today. It's been a little while since I've been out here to Takayama, but I figured it would be a great place for us to do a stream since I know that a lot of you have been out here or have wanted to explore this area. So we're gonna walk across the road here and try not to get squished. So it's been a pretty rainy day here. My day started with a little bit of an adventure in mountain climbing. I climbed a mountain about half a kilometer up to see something that ended in shock and disappointment. But there's a story behind that, and you guys will get that story when the full TOKYOLENS video comes out. And Sasha in here asking how I am today. I am doing good. So it's been a good day, probably about 4 to 5 hours total driving today to get out here. And along our way, I managed to stop at a gorgeous moss-filled forest to do a TOKYOLENS explore walk for you guys. So really excited to share that. Now, as we go along, I kind of want to take a look at a few of the buildings here, like this one here, which is amazingly named the Center for Hamburgers. That's it. It's just called the Center for Hamburgers. So how many of you guys have been out to explore Takayama before? There are so many places for us to see and so many streets for us to go down. So we're gonna have some fun today as we do our walk. A huge shout out, as always, to the moderation squad for taking care of things in the comments section and keeping it fun. Thank you to each and every one of you for the time that you put in. And thank you to each and every one of you who have been tuning in for this daily live stream adventure across Japan. I've really been enjoying it. And we're still only about halfway through. So the next stream, I will share a little bit of info later on in this stream. So, and yo, Norm, would you replace Narai with Takayama in terms of, no, not even in the least. They're very different things. So Narajuku is a much smaller place than Takayama is here. So it's a very different beast. Takayama is actually quite a large city, which makes it a lot easier for us to do streaming and whatnot out here. I am going to try to close up my umbrella without dropping anything or wrapping up the stream. There we go. So, and does somebody from the mod squad want to jump in and let us know what the population of Takayama is? I feel like it's actually pretty big, yeah. And you'll notice in a lot of these older Japanese areas, the convenience stores tend to have a brown aesthetic to them instead of the usual colorful aesthetic that they would have. And that's just to keep to the aesthetic of the area. 88,473. Looks like a pretty nice street for us to walk down. So let's kick things off and walk down this little street here. So, thank you all. Thank you to all of you who quickly looked up the population there and shared it. Much appreciated. So as we go along, as always, if there's anything extra you want to see, just let me know. As you can see, there's a bit of a stream running through the street here. And right here, we have the Takayama Traditional Culture and Crafts Square Freed Mission. And a place called the Takayama Terrace. It's actually a really nice spot. Very open. Obviously, when we won't be going inside, it is public foot bath. Oh no. I hope nobody washes their feet in there. And I just naturally gravitate to walking on the wooden section, and 100% would have fallen in there. So I gotta be super careful. Now, this particular area of Takayama, which if you were to look on Google Maps is all marked off in yellow, is filled with these traditionally beautifully preserved buildings that some date back to the Edo period. So it's very lucky that we're able to walk through these and explore. Again, this was another recommended and requested location from the Patreon crew. So thank you so much for that, guys. I'm glad that we had the chance to come back out here. And here's a little plaque on the Takayama Festival floats. It says they believe that the float had already existed at around the end of the 18th century. The name derives from a famous mountain in China, apparently. And it's famous for its many historical ornaments, sketches of a lion and a pony. Look at this, even the garages. Even the size of the garages here, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So how is everybody today? Where are you watching from? Jump in the comments, the chat, and let us know. Let's see what we've got down this street here. Bit of construction down there. It is 1:40 a.m. in Seattle. Watching from home while doing remote work. Love that. I love that that's an option. Doing remote work and watching a YouTube stream. Absolutely love it. So it's super quiet here now. This is one of those areas that on the weekends especially is a very bustling area. And so right now, being that it's a Wednesday evening, obviously not that many people out and about exploring and whatnot. How is the signal and the sound? Does everything look like it is set up okay on this live stream? The YouTube app decided to crash on me, what, 2-3 times in a row as I was getting this stream set up. So I thought for sure I was gonna completely lose the stream If everything looks like it's set up okay, title, description box, supers, like everything is in order, it's not jumbled, please let me know, because I am super nervous on this one. Every now and then, the YouTube app is just like, nah, we're done, we're not doing stuff today. So we have a kind of Shotengai, covered Broadway style street here. And we're gonna get into this back street here, as it's super quaint. So yesterday, as we did these streams, we decided to treat our stream as a little bit of a live Q&A. And also, this is something that I just love. Just cramming your tiny little car right into that space. Just lovely. So for those of you who have been here, or those of you who recommended that we come out here for today's walk, where would you recommend? Are there any spots that you are particularly fond of? Let's take a little bit of a peek since everything is open. There we are. And for those of you who like to follow around on Google Maps, here's where we are. If you haven't already, give that like button a bit of love. Actually, from where we started, there was a gorgeous red bridge. And I just went straight for the back streets. Huh. Very interesting. Not the kind of shop you expect to see. And Wabi Sabi Adventures. Honestly, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For me, I just really love having the community. It's just so fun to have everybody connect. Okay, guys. I feel like we have a decision to make. Right or left? What are we doing? Are we continuing on with this street and the adventure down in this way? Or are we going into the alley? Left has won out. We are heading into the alley and doing some exploring. See, this is one of the reasons that I really love the live streams. I do enjoy the pre-recorded videos as well. Today has basically just been shooting. I shot all morning from about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I drove somewhere around 30 or so minutes out to the moss-filled forest and shot there. And that video actually turned, I was expecting like 20-30 minutes, and that video turned out to be easily an hour. And now we've driven an additional about 4.5 hours out this way to explore Takayama together. So lots of driving today, lots of podcasts, a little bit of exhaustion, but totally worth it. The storage for these hour-long videos is starting to add up. I try to shoot it on high bit rate so that I can export it on high bit rate and keep the quality as much as I can. And so I would say you're looking at well over 100 gigabytes for 2 1-hour videos. It adds up super quick. So there we go. And this will take us into another one of the back streets here. Well, Excellent. Yeah, I carry external storage drives with me for this. Usually on a trip like this one, I can fill up about a 2 terabyte storage drive. So on average, I bring about 2 to 4 terabytes of storage with me. It adds up quick. And I'm not sure if we're east or west. あ、どうぞ。ちょっと写真の邪魔したくないんで。And right now, we are seemingly east of the river. I love the buildings out here. It's just got such a quiet and peaceful atmosphere. What was with that lisping Japanese? What does that mean? What's lisping Japanese? Let's continue on down this way. Has anybody ever heard of lisping Japanese before? It's new to me. Yeah, and if you notice, the it's been pointed out that there are no cables up above, and that's because in order to preserve the beauty of the area, a lot of the cables have been buried underground. There we go. And right now we're looking at 5:52 p.m. Really loving this area. So as we walk along, if there's any specific place or building that you want to see a little bit more of, let me know. And yeah, this definitely feels like the kind of place that you could walk around and explore for hours and hours. And I've never just gone and zigzagged through all of the streets. So it's exactly what we're doing today. We're gonna explore it together. The river is down here, so we'll hit this street just because of how nice it is, and then we'll make our way over to the river. Would you recommend a day trip from Tokyo to Takayama if they're visiting in Japan for the first time? And what transportation would be the best to reach there? Honestly, you can just Google transportation routes. I would definitely recommend it as a place to visit. And look at this street. Absolutely gorgeous street. Look at this. Loving this so much. Gonna punch in a little bit for this. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful street. Thanks so much. When I looked at getting to Takayama from Tokyo, the travel and time there and to get there made a day trip questionable. You definitely have to leave really early in the morning. Thank you for pointing that out, Tim. Tim, ooh, can you guys hear the thunder? I just want to say huge thanks to Tim and the crew for always reminding me to update stuff in the description box and whatnot over on Discord. Tim, I think I sent you 1 or 2 messages on Discord earlier today if you want to take a peek at those. More than anything, what's the store on the left? There we go. There we go. Absolutely, we can go check out the store on the left because this is what the store on the left is. That's right. We've got a sake and souvenir store here. And I don't want to bother everybody in there, so just leave it. You can usually recognize sake shops and drinking places by these guys up here. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Czar for kicking off the super chats in this stream. Very much appreciated. Means the world to me. Saying these walking videos are amazing. Thank you. Really appreciate you being here for it. I really enjoy doing them. Czar is the currency? Oh, element bender. You are right. You are right. Oh my Lord. Oh, absolutely. Lovely start to the day. I'm gonna be honest, with all of the driving and whatnot that I've done, plus waking up at 4 a.m. today, I'm a little more tired than I usually am on these streams. It's weird. I can do a stream at 4 a.m. and be Genki and ready and excited. But then you get me at 5:30 p.m. after waking up at 4 a.m. and you get the tired side. And this right here is where they would keep those floats. So, and Slices of Japan is saying, I was about to say, you must be exhausted from all the driving and streaming. The streaming is actually kind of a nice break. It's the setting up for the streaming that kind of gets me a tiny bit stressed because I don't trust the apps and the Wi-Fi and everything. And otherwise, the streaming's a nice break, but the driving, that takes it out of me. So here's the bridge here. Whew. And hey, Laura and everybody. We'll probably take a little bit of a walk down the river as well. You can see there's a morning market here as well. And the Takayama morning market is absolutely spectacular. And Tom Welfringer, thank you so much for that. €5 super chat in there saying, so happy for you and the patrons make it possible for me to see the places I wasn't able to visit. Also appreciate the streams aren't in the night in the EU. So. Let's hop over to the other side here. There we are. So we're gonna walk around. We're gonna walk along the river here. Are we gonna go to the right or are we gonna go to the left? You guys choose. Let me know in the chat and I'll go wherever you pick. Uh-oh. We're split again. I'm getting a lot of rights, so we're gonna go right. Let's head up this way. Now, the atmosphere that you're gonna get walking along this river is really similar to the atmosphere you'd get maybe walking along the Philosopher's Path in Kyoto. And just one more note on Tom's super chat there, saying, you know, making it possible to see the things that you weren't able to see. Again, that's just the goal. I want to be able to take us everywhere that we can possibly go. It might be more conducive in the long run just to do either a pre-recorded video or a stream in the day to allow me to set up and get a lot more time to prepare everything. But so far we're pulling off both and staying in good health. So I'm okay with that. And look at this tree. And hello, Athena. Look at that. And there we go. 6 p.m. song. Now, I'll let you listen to it. Joe Foster saying it's clashing with his 6 p.m. song. So the 6 p.m. song is the same in most but not all places. Oftentimes a variation of the song. Some places even play it at 5 p.m. But who recognizes this and can tell me where they saw me in this last time? And Almanax, thank you so much for that. Almanax was saying, my question was regarding how your pronunciation sounded very similar to Inuit speech, which most air escaping through the cheeks and not teeth inside where sounds are formed. That required a timeout? Seriously? I asked what it was, I didn't get an answer, and I played it safe. Thank you for pointing it out. I appreciate you sharing it with me. But yeah, I don't know the technical linguistics of how the Japanese language is formed. The Japanese don't really move their mouth a lot when they talk, though. That's a really big thing. So you'll actually, when Japanese people speak English, they struggle to make some of the sounds because they need to move their mouth a lot more. And additionally, when I was speaking to that girl back there, it may have come out a little lispy because I'm wearing a mask, which muffles things a bit, so. And Not Scary Steve in here with a £5 super chat saying, beverage trek, or will the end of the stream be a hunt for a vending machine with suika? No, I made sure before starting this stream to grab myself a nice big beverage so that I would be hydrated and ready to go. If those stairs didn't go up to somebody's property, I would 100% go check that out. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And Brian in here. And Patricia, yes, the location was the Dr. Jelly commercial location. All right, let's go check out these stairs and see where they take us. They look very slippery and dangerous. So I don't think that one leads to someone's property, but I think these stairs just lead to a road. We will proceed with caution. Try not to be, wow, this is not used, obviously. Whew. Okay, so these stairs go to someone's property, but these ones here look like they just go to a road and might even give us a bit of a view of Takayama City. Whew. There we go. Excellent. We've got a little bit, and I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we've got thunder going on in the background. It has been quite the weather today. There we are. And there's one in here that I want to address. And a mile away says, I'm gonna try and go down these stairs and hopefully not fall down and die. That's not what he says. That's what I say. These stairs are actually really tiny. So my shoes just barely fit on some of the steps. That was a really big step. Whew. All right. A light rain is the perfect weather for exploring though, isn't it? It really isn't. Especially when you're carrying cameras and electronics. It is, it is awful. I am so tired of the rain. Japan rains more than anywhere else I've been. And I know people in Vancouver or the UK are going, oh, come on. But trust me, it rains a lot. So I'm gonna jump back to a mile away says, I just finished high school and was hoping to go to Japan for a year, work and travel in September, but unfortunately the borders are closed. When will the borders open again? What do you think? And I wanted to address this one because it's been a little while since we've got one of these questions. And I wanna make it super clear that me as a content creator, I have no idea when the borders are gonna open. Unfortunately, I wish I could say something. I wish I had information I could share with you. None of us do. Anything that's being said to you about when the borders might open or any updates or anything like that, it's all just guesses in the end. No matter how many stats and everything it's based off of, no matter what information is coming out, it is guesses, because unfortunately no official announcements have been made, and it's impossible to predict how things are going to play out moving forward, health-wise and with lockdowns and everything like that. So unfortunately, the world is in a constant state of change right now. And so as much as I wish I could give you a solid answer on that, I can't. So there we are. Now I'm looking for an opportunity to turn right and go down another river. For those of you following along on Google Maps, if you see any rivers nearby for me to turn down, bridges, that's the word I'm looking for. I do not feel like swimming across a river. And that's a truck that I've never seen before. An onsen truck. It's probably still carrying gas. The color 12, thank you very much. Bridge coming up. And Tom, next bridge. I love that I can just be like, all right guys, guide me. I feel like you guys are like the man in the chair, you know? Or the woman in the chair, the person in the chair, whatever you want to call it. The awesomeness in the chair. That's what we'll call it. I like that actually. We'll go with the awesomeness in the chair. It just sounds awesome. So. Backseat driving. And I'm completely okay with the backseat driving on the streams. However, I think we're gonna run into one problem before we get to the bridge. I don't think you guys are gonna let me go to the bridge yet. We're playing Sims with Norm. All right, and this is why I feel like we're not going. I'm not even gonna ask because I know you guys are gonna say go for it because it's a huge thing with lots of stairs. So and here in Takayama, despite the humidity and moisture, the flowers, they're going away. Whew. I can't have you skip leg day. Every day is leg day, except for editing days. Those are sit on your butt day. Ooh. Looks like there's a little hiking path out here as well, which honestly, if it wasn't so dark, I'd say let's take a peek at it. James, thanks so much. You just work your editor legs those days. There is something that is honestly borderline absurd about how beautiful the Japanese aesthetic can be. Look at that as we look over the town. Whew. All right. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, geez. Look at that. This is the great cedar of the Takayama Shimmer Shrine. And it is 6 meters in diameter, 36 meters tall. That is crazy. And Julia M in here with a super chat saying, so happy I can catch a live stream. So perfect to watch on my train while on my way home from work. Well, thank you so much for that. I'm glad that you're able to join. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And thank you so much for the super chat. All right, it's gonna get a little dark, but I feel like if we've come this far, we kind of have to go up there. So we're going up there because it's more stairs. Oh, and these ones are so steep. What is this? Why is this a thing? What is with Japan and stairs that want to kill you? Oh, let's keep an eye on the signal as well. If it starts to drop, let me know. Oh boy. I'll tell you right now, if there was a king of stairs, I feel like that would be me. Whew. There we go. And in case you had any doubts whatsoever about how steep it was, it is exactly that steep. Getting vertigo just looking down at that. Oh boy. There's another hidden little shrine over here. So, boom. That was the sound of me stepping down to the ground. Whew, there we go. Look at that. And honestly, this isn't even the most beautiful place I've had the chance to visit today yet. Okay, these stairs are not getting done because these are what we call the stairs of death. Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and go this way because despite spider webs and everything, I feel like this is a bit of a trekking path, or at least at one point it was a bit of a trekking path. And now it's not a trekking path. So we're not going this way and we're going back. Life can be so real sometimes. Whew. There we go. I kind of like the idea. I wish we could do more like forest walk live streams, but usually when you get out to the forests, you lose signal. And just want to give a shout out for the super chats in here. Sachi saying, hey Norm, having a thunderstorm here in Saitama area. Hopefully you won't have it there. Actually had it here about 20 minutes before we started the live stream, and then it all calmed down. So I got lucky. And Mobile Mick saying this is for some post leg day protein. Thanks for the great stream. Struggled to catch them a lot of the time, but they do bring a lot of enjoyment to the day. Well, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. I'm glad that you can enjoy it. I'm glad that you can join them. Also, Sachi, thank you as well for always joining and being a part of them. There is a little platform over here, which I can assure you that I will not be venturing out to, because it just looks like an invitation to end myself. So we're gonna go back this way because this forest is far too dark. And in case you weren't privy to yesterday's live stream, we have had enough of the darkness, have we not? Have we not? So I think today I started I tried to start an hour early, just so that we'd be able to have some light. And on the video that I recorded today in the moss-covered forest, you guys are going to have the absolute pleasure of watching me slip and almost completely go down mid-video. I am trying to be as careful as physically possible on these stairs. Oh, wow. Okay. Take a break, take a couple extra steps. This is a lot less fun than it looks like. I mean the stairs, not the stream. The stream's a ton of fun. I already went down once today. Just barely caught myself in the previous video. And then after recording the video, I went back to get some photos and ka-thump, totally different spot. Lightning doesn't strike twice and all that. My feet fit on the stairs as a bear? Nope. All right. Does it have the age of the tree on here? It does not. I'm going to go ahead and say that this tree is exactly 2 years old. And again, for those of you who don't realize I'm joking, I'm not serious. The tree is definitely not 2 years old. It's at least 5. You can tell just by looking at it. Ooh. There we go. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm moderately curious about this hiking path off to the right. So I'm gonna let you guys choose. Do we head back down, or do we slightly explore the hiking path that's off to the right there? What do you guys want to do? Well, the right team has jumped in right out of the gate. No pun intended. And so we shall explore just a little. Okay. All right. Interesting. A pipe of water feeding the stream here. Oh, wow. It's like shrine ruins. The outer buildings. That does not seem like it should be trekked. I think whoever lived there would agree with you. That was just left there so long that it just fell apart. Decrepitation. Whew. And believe it or not, this is not the most shady or suspicious place that I have hiked today. My morning started with a mountain hike not entirely dissimilar to this. Where are we going? Oh. Okay. All right. Well, this is taking us somewhere. Just go back. Everyone's like, just go back. Bear Mountain. Looks dangerous without ring bell for bears. Bell! Ooh. That was me falling. Okay, honestly, I'm super curious to where this path leads, but I don't want to cause you guys any more anxiety. So I told you guys at the beginning of the stream that I was going to share a bit of a story with you. And so this morning, I went out to find something that cannot easily be found. And in order to do so, I needed to climb a mountain at 4:30 in the morning. Now, this particular mountain was what I can only describe as the epitome of danger mountain. And just to make sure that it was actually okay to climb, I called the local city government the night before, last night. And when I talked to the government official on the phone, they said, you are free to climb that mountain and you probably should be okay, but we're required to warn you that here in Fukui Prefecture, where I was this morning, we have a lot of bears. And that mountain is a home to those bears. So 2 things that we would request of you is, number 1, when you get there, make sure that you have a way to contact us or somebody in the case that things go awry. And as you guys know, I carry my InReach Mini, so no worries there. And number 2, at the entrance to the mountain is a knee-high electric fence. Please, whatever you do, keep your eyes open for that and do not trip over the electric fence. The fence is there to keep animals and bears in the mountain. There is a hiking path there. You will find all the markers along the way for which direction to go. Please follow those markers, but be aware that that mountain is the home to bears. And so I woke up at 4:30 in the morning and I climbed the mountain. And as you can tell, I'm here. So I was eaten by no bear. I was attacked by no bear. But yesterday, when people asked, you know, don't you get lonely on these trips? Don't you want to go back to bringing travel buddies along with you? This is one of the big reasons that I don't. Because while I'm completely okay with putting myself in that situation, it's not the kind of thing that I would even ask a friend. And Tim made a good joke earlier today. He's like, well, you just need to bring someone slower than you who's not really a friend. And you know what they say, you don't need to outrun the bear, you just need to outrun the person you're with. So, and I'm dropping my umbrella. There we go. So, in the end, all's well that ends well. And considering that I talk and make videos as I walk up the mountain, we're all good. I did a live stream for the Patreon crew from the top of the mountain. And then from there, I listened to a podcast as I walked down the mountain. So it was not bad at all. It was quite nice. And we found our bridge. There we go. And we're back to the river area. Tim is saying that unfortunately he would be the person who's being outrun. Hey Tim, you want to go camping? We can be friends. Laura says she wouldn't leave you behind. So that means I could bring both of you, and then I would definitely get away because the bear would have two options. So there we are. And I'm kind of liking how narrow this street is, so we're gonna make our way down this way. And Norm, what kind of shoes are you wearing? Hiking boots? They're from a company called Caravan. And it's starting to rain again. I don't want it to rain again. I don't want to have to put up the umbrella because then I can't swipe through the chat and keep up with what you guys are sending, and I miss stuff and I don't like it. There we are. I'm gonna swipe through while I can. Have you ever visited a campsite from the anime Yuru Camp? Did you watch my last video on TOKYOLENS about camping? You might see an official Yuru campsite in that one, along with a beautiful sea of clouds and a rainbow from said campsite. Wink, wink. And no, I didn't bring a plastic poncho, only brought the umbrella. Hey, Katie. Norm, which is your favorite kombini? My favorite by far is Family Mart. Above all else because of the coffee. But recently, Lawson has jumped in and upped their game. And Lawson's coffee, they've got these like giant coffees, which are really good. Umbrella hats look so strange on anyone, they really do. But honestly, a small part of me, like, you don't really see me that much in these streams anyway. I like to walk and check out the streets. So I'd be okay with an umbrella hat. I was wondering if you knew Chris from abroad in Japan. Who's that? Never heard of him. You mean that guy that's been on my channel a couple times? Or that I did the camera work for on Journey Across Japan? Take a look in the front seat of the Cessna on the first episode of Journey Across Japan. And Tim in there reviving the super chats along with John Wilson with a £5 super chat saying, speaking of giant coffees, Tim, I promise you right now, that's actually going into a giant coffee because I'm gonna really want a coffee after this because tomorrow as well is gonna be a wildly early morning. And right here, we have a classic Volkswagen Bug. Look at that. So, Tim, thank you so much for that. That will 100% be going into coffee first thing tomorrow morning. John Wilson saying, hey Norm, love the stream. Enjoying seeing the same cars as on Google Street View. Really? You can see the same cars as on Google Street View? That is pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that. That is so neat. Thank you to both of you for those. I drank coffee in the afternoon, now I can't sleep. I'm one of those lucky individuals who really isn't affected by caffeine whatsoever. I love these streets. I have probably more coffee in any given day than an adult human probably should. Actually, I really want to go down this street. So we're gonna go down this street. And it does nothing. Coffee is like my before bed beverage. I will make myself a bit of a espresso, sometimes on ice, sometimes a latte or something right before bed. And then there we go. And Slices of Japan. Again, I know I said it yesterday. Absolutely love the channel name. I actually almost wanted to come up with like a Slices of Japan little series. Ooh, Backstreet. Little series. And then I was like, ah, it's such a good name, but it's taken. So if you guys are into really awesome channel names, Slices of Japan is just a solid channel name. And it says, hey Norm, I want to say thank you for this amazing walkthrough of Takayama and to provide some funds for the coffee. Slices of Japan. Thank you so much. So speaking of Slices of Japan, as I did the walkthrough of the moss-filled forest today, I decided that I'm going to do something that I don't usually do with these videos, and I'm gonna splice in some drone footage because there was an absolutely gorgeous castle nearby. I managed to get some nice footage of it as well as the area and just really wanted to share that. And so that's what we did. And I was like, oh, I could just slice in all my favorite moments from all these walks and videos, and we could have a Slices of Japan episode. But the name is taken. It's been taken right from under me. I can't do it now. So Slices of Japan, I look forward to seeing what you do with that channel name. Stick with it. If you can come up with a name that good, I have faith. And Brett Martin in here with a super chat saying, enjoy some snacks on me. Thanks for giving us a look into your life in Japan. Honestly, thank you for joining it and being a part of it. I would probably still do these live streams either way because, as I said before, they're an opportunity for me to capture these memories for myself and then eventually look back at them. But with you guys here, I get to look back and be like, hey, I chatted with that person. Hey, I know that person. And it's really, really cool because I think we all know that eventually one of two things is gonna happen. Either A, the borders are gonna open up, and look at this. This is kind of a Maine-esque street area. Either the borders are gonna open up and you're potentially gonna come here and we might have the chance to do some form of event or meetup or something like that. And then I'm gonna know exactly who you are because we've had the chance to chat. Also, that woman got like really close. Like I'm talking like she was probably that close to my leg by the time, and I had a green light to walk through. It's on video, you can see it. I was like, come on, go ahead, hit me. I got it on video. Anyway, I wasn't. Please don't hit me. I do not wish to be hit by a car. So with that being said, the other possibility is that I inevitably go to whatever country you're in to do some kind of event or shamisen performance or bring out Kiki, and then we get to meet and I'm like, hey, we've chatted in the live chat, and I know that because I can look back and see it. So I look forward to these days when they happen. So Jason in there with a 20-pound super chat saying, watching from England in my official human hoodie. That is awesome. So it's gotten a little too hot for the hoodies and whatnot. So I've actually just bought a whole bunch of the same shirt. It's less choice in the day and it just makes things easier. When I wake up in the morning, I just put on the shirt and I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about a thing. And I need to get some official human and TOKYOLENS Explorer t-shirts made up in black. The only black one I have so far is the one that Laura made. So I hope that you're enjoying the hoodie, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch the stream and chime in with a super chat. It means the absolute world. Thank you. Less yellow than I was expecting. There we go. We'll just wait for this one to go red so that this person here doesn't squish me like a bug. So this here is a Shotengai, or covered arcade area. I want to go up to the bridge here for a second before coming back, just in case it gets dark. We'll save the lit areas for later. Again, not that many vending machines around. No, it's definitely not like Tokyo, where there's a vending machine on every single corner that you see. And do you think we can get to those stairs? The Zelda game has begun again. We're gonna go search for the stairs. It's exactly what's happening. See if we can get down to the river. And right now it is 6:35 p.m. here in Takayama. I was gonna say something. I had this whole tangent I was gonna go off on, and it was related to the super chat from Jason. So Jason was saying that he's watching from England, and I know a few of you are watching from England in it. And I am so sorry about that. I had to squeeze it in. I had to. It just felt appropriate. Maybe it wasn't. Who knows? Here we are anyway. It's done. Can't take it back. So I am actually working on... Oh. I think I found... We can just jump right in. I am actually working on something right now to hopefully make our way out to England with Kiki in the next couple of years. There's a crane down here. Sorry to bother you, crane. There we go. So it turns out you can come right down to the river. And some of these just go right to people's houses. Should we be so inclined, we could walk along here. I don't know if there would be another pathway up other than into people's houses. This is lovely. Don't do it. All right. Everyone is very cautious today. I feel glad to have you guys here. And usually it's people being like, do it. Jump into the water. Go for it. Take a swim. Jump in front of that bus. Lay your head on those train tracks. Swim stream. I honestly would love to have the opportunity to go out to the UK with Kiki. The other one that we can't wait to do is obviously get back to Australia. I think all of us enjoyed Australia immensely, as well as Canada and the States. And Hikari had a spectacular time out in Germany as well. Russia, when we went through, was a little bit terrifying, and the people at Chinese customs tried to destroy the shamisen, which wasn't very nice, but otherwise. And the question of what did you eat today came up, and I'll be honest, I ate the exact same thing that I eat every single day on one of these road trips. Again, just to limit choice and make life a little easier, I ate a smoked chicken breast, so just basically just white meat, just a white chicken breast, a salad chicken as they're called, and a tamagoyaki, kind of like a scrambled egg type thing in a package. So all right guys, you choose Where we go to next, are we gonna go right down this street or left across the bridge there? Dealer's choice. Got a left and a right. Gonna get hit by a car. Left and a right and left and a right and left, down the street, right. Ah, it is so divided. The right was winning for a minute. The white, it's door right. There's no door, you bugger. Okay, I'll tell you. Now it's going left. Just sit down. Okay, you know what? We'll go right and then we'll loop around. It just feels appropriate to go right and then loop around. So there we are. We're doing it. I love how people just manage to get their cars just parked into these tiny little spaces. And these like Japanese garages here. This one's a blacksmith. I need to start carrying coins for 2 reasons. Number 1, the vending machines, and number 2, so that we can do coin tosses in these situations. And that was a Sylvia S13 down there. And considering the time of the day, we have all the students coming home. This car here, the Honda CRZ Hybrid, I briefly had one of these. It was a fun little car to drive. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm beginning to think Norm is a car guy. Have you not seen any of the car content? Any of the drifting stuff? Any of the visits to Daikokufuto? What? There's so much catching up to do. There are drifting videos, yes. Ooh, nice Riverside Street. What do you guys think? I think we'll wait so that we don't get squished now. Go after this car, we might be okay. This guy seems really happy. What's up, dude? Props. He's bigger than you would think. Honestly, imagine having an apartment that looked out over the river like this. And yeah, most of the stores are already going to be long since closed for the day since it's 6:42. This entire area in Takayama is really like the weekend warrior area. But even on the weekends, you're going to be seeing shops close around like 5 or 6 p.m. So, and that's a little rare. There's a koi fish in the river. There's actually several. I have not often seen koi fish in big rivers. Yes, this is where the morning market takes place as well. The koi fish are making a break for their freedom. Or maybe they're just hanging out with the ducks. No pigeons lately. But we have ducks. Are ducks the new pigeons? Is this happening? Are we making a shift from pigeon to duck? Escapees. That's why they're dressed in orange. That's actually a fairly large dog considering that we're in Japan. Japan tends to default to the smaller doggos. This bridge is actually really nice. The game of likes and views does not match today. Yeah, I've been forgetting to gamify that. So if you haven't given that like button any love yet, I would be eternally grateful if you would slam that like button right now and see if we can't get it to 300 within the next minute. I feel like we can. I feel like the amount of love required is definitely there. You guys are awesome. You guys just slayed it. You like knocked it out of the park. I got a goofy smile on my face right now. Look at that. I feel like we have to cross this bridge, right? It just feels like the thing to do, no? So. Look at that. So actually, yesterday after I did the live stream out in Ono in Fukui Prefecture, I had a fan who lives out in that area DM me with some amazing information about the area, and I was so excited. I read the DM while I was perched at the top of the mountain, so I sent a bit of a video message as a thank you, and it was a ton of fun. So if I'm ever passing through a place where you are or that you have a special love for, definitely. You can drop it in the chat, you can tweet me, any of that stuff. And yeah, there's still more koi fish down there. This bridge is not on the satellite image. It is on the street view, but not the overhead. Weird. Yep, they're orange escapee fish. I feel like it's a very new bridge. It felt very new. And I'm sorry, I can't pass one of these without, we have to do it. I know this officially makes me like 5 years old, but I'm okay with that. That never stops being fun. Like no matter how old you get, that right there never, ever, ever stops being fun. Makes me feel like a hachi. Looks new, Pom, quick, grab a drink. No, I'm not gonna grab a drink. There we go. Now we're into the covered Shotengai area. Bit of a different atmosphere as soon as you get out here. I can't believe how much walking and exploration there actually is to be done in this area. It's nice. The back streets back, all right. That just happened. Whether you wanted it to or not, it just happened. I gotta say, lady in the yellow jacket is definitely competing with me for who's getting in more steps today. And Laura, thanks so much for joining as long as you did. Best of luck with work today. And I just got a question about my thoughts on the anime Mashiro no Oto. I answered that in yesterday's stream, so if you'd like to hear all about it, go check out our live stream walk from last night and you can hear it all in there. My full answer to my thoughts on the anime Mashiro no Oto. Wow, birds are just going crazy up there. Okay, I feel like we kind of have to go down this street. There's a construction guy down here that I absolutely must show you. And again, we're getting pretty close to outweighing views to likes. So if you haven't given the like button any love yet, I would love it if you would do so. I have so many questions about this sign right here. Italian and ramen is itamen. Is this an itamen shop? Is that a thing? I feel like that shop just is making things up. That's okay, but apparently it's Italian ramen. Look at this. I really love the aesthetic of Takayama. I'll say that much. What? You know we kind of gotta go explore in here now, right? But before we do, I want to show you this guy here. So if you've never driven down the road on a Japanese highway, they actually have guys like this set up on the side of the road to wave you through different traffic areas when there's construction and whatnot. And it's just an absolutely crazy thing to see. All right. I guess we're exploring Shoptown. Terrifying animatronics. Sometimes at night you think they're real, and then they're just a piece of cardboard waving at you. Admittedly, quieter right now than it probably usually is. Understandably. It's times like this that I feel really bad for the shop owners out here. Like they've gotten, like I know where I'm eating. Hachi. Hachi. And we've got another one here. And Jesse in here with a super chat saying, my God, we're back again. Brothers and sisters, everybody sing. Thanks so much for that, Jesse. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the walk tonight. We're still doing okay for light, thankfully. Also, I just realized we've been walking for just under 80 minutes, and I did not realize that at all until now. It's been a bit of a walk today. We're up to almost 19,000 steps and just under 14 kilometers, which, as you know, my kilometer to mile math is always spot on, and that's about 400 miles. So Well, in all fairness, I started my morning with about a 3 to 4 kilometer walk that included the climbing of a mountain. So, and then the temple